This video was sponsored by Power Circle Clothing and Headbusters Food Company in association with Cook Up Unlimited.
Cook up!
Hello, my angels. Hello, 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 my angels. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Leave your girl a green heart in the comment section, okay? As y'all can see, I have two chairs here, so therefore I have a special guest that will be on my channel today, okay? He is special to me. Some may know who he is, some may not, okay? I just gave it away by saying he, okay? But anyway, guys, for those who are new, welcome to my channel as well. And I just want to get right to it, y'all. I want to bring my special guest out. And my special guest, come on out. We have...
Y'all already know what the liquor is. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit the notification button. It's greatly appreciated.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Y'all know who I am. To all the people that's on the news, this is what I tell our angels all the time, every time you see me. What y'all want?
Right.
What?
Right.
So don't think I'm rude. That's just how I communicate with the angels. They know who I am. You know what I'm saying? But for those of you that don't know, don't feel offended when I say what. What you want? I do it all in love. Okay?
Yeah, he do, y'all. He do. And then I can see y'all, we have our merch on today. Our Power Circle t-shirts. This is our own merch. We have these in royal blue. We have them in red. We have them in black. So if y'all see us wearing our t-shirts all the time, hey, mind the business.
And I like to point this out. These are limited edition because they are limited. We only have a limited. We didn't sold so many of these.
Yeah.
Gave some away and all this stuff. And this is like the original Power Circle shirts, especially the black ones. The black ones definitely, because my favorite color is black. So I wear a lot of black Power Circle shirts.
A lot of them.
I got a bunch of them. I work in them. I vlog in them. So don't think I'm wearing the same shirt over and over again.
I got a lot of them.
I'm black. I like black. So the black, yeah, you know, those are OGs. These are the OG shirts, and you can get them in all colors before you see the new shirts that's coming out. So make sure y'all go ahead and get the rest of them shirts, so you can say you got a limited edition shirt, Power Circle. You know what I mean? See that? And good quality shirts too, not none of that cheap stuff.
Big kind. And also, y'all, we gonna get off these t-shirts now. I'm gonna let hubby shout out his channel, because he had a YouTube channel as well. For those who want to go up to his channel, he keep it raw on his channel, y'all. We keep it sweet over here, okay?
Thank you very much. You can mosey on your way to TFE TV. You know, it's not hard to find. TFE TV. That's it. Just come on through and check out my podcast over there. This is not a podcast. We currently at episode 74. So make sure y'all check them out. Binge watch all the episodes and everything else that you see there. I'll let you discover.
Okay, Angel, so today's video is going to be about our marriage, y'all. Well, not too much about our marriage. We just had a anniversary, y'all. What I'm talking about? It all ties in together. We just had our 14-year anniversary, June the 27th. Okay, y'all. June 27th made 14 years for us.
Yes, sir.
And we want to thank everybody who wished us a happy anniversary on Facebook. Carol Nicole, Facebook, Dennis Moore.
Shout out to everybody that showed a lot of love.
Man, it was a lot of love.
I appreciate the phone calls, the text messages, and everything. And everybody that just follow us along the way, along this journey, we appreciate y'all. We're going to dedicate this video to y'all, first and foremost. And everybody like to ask us, you know, how we met. Yeah. How did this all come about? We can't unpack all of this in one episode. But
it's a lot, y'all.
We're going to hit y'all with a little something. So I guess we start at the beginning.
Right now.
So it goes a little something like this. Year was 2002. I was about 19 years old exactly. At the time, I was pretty active with my music career, you know, rapping and everything like that. She's an artist as well. Speaking of which, not to jump off subject, but on subject, you can go ahead. For those of you on the new though, check out the Intercessor EP playlist on Carol Nicole's channel. You can listen to it, watch all the videos and everything. We did everything from top to bottom. Make sure y'all go check that out. This actually got everything to do with that too as well. But back to the story. The year was 2002. That was the year I actually met my wife and didn't know I met my wife. It went a little something like this. So I'm gonna tell you my side of the story, and then Carol's gonna fill in the blanks, so to speak.
I'll elaborate on it a little bit, y'all.
So some of y'all know, some of y'all may not know. I'm from the south side of Chicago. My wife is from the west side of Chicago.
West side.
I had a good friend of mine. I was at home, wasn't doing nothing. I'm on the block chilling, and a friend of mine was like, "Hey, bro, let's go to the studio." So I got a friend that he was a little undesirable back then. Let's just say, and that's not the type of person you just hop in the car with. Let's just put it that way, because he always got something going on. So I was a little skeptic about what he was talking about. So I'm like, I didn't say cap at the time. I said something else. We gonna just call it cap, just to kind of for you newbies out there. So I called Cap on the situation. So I'm like, man, you ain't going to no studio, man. He said, yeah, why don't you come to the studio with me? We going downtown. I'm like, yeah, right. He worked on me for about 30, 45 minutes or so to get me to finally get in the car and come to the studio. So with a little bit of convincing, I went to the studio, and sure enough, he wasn't lying. We went to a nice plush studio downtown Chicago. It was actually a place of some known rap groups. A lot of people came through there, so it was a pretty good experience. Very popular place. We ain't gonna do no name dropping. We gonna just keep on with the story. So we go down there one lovely evening. I get to meeting everybody. I'm a little bit quiet and reserved, so I don't really say much. Just playing my position, letting my boy work the room or whatever. So I walk inside the studio area, and I see these two young ladies. One of the young ladies were yours truly, and she had a group member with her. I met them, and I was formally introduced to them by a fellow engineer. So we just got briefly acquainted. So I just kind of played the background. So I finally I tell somebody in the room, like, who is that over there? Pointing in her direction. So I didn't think nothing of it. I'm young, checking out everything that the studio has to offer, so to speak.
Everything the studio has to offer, y'all. Y'all hear that?
Everything the studio has to offer. They hit everything, that a young 19-year-old would want there. You got, beautiful women in the atmosphere. You got music. You got good company. You got everything there. So, but I wasn't there. Good conversation. Yeah. I'm not there to do no matchmaking or nothing like that. I'm actually on rapper time. So I'm chilling. So that was the first night. Everything was pretty kosher. So second night it gets a little real. And I walked into what you call a rap battle. A lot of you kids don't do that these days. Y'all just see the stuff y'all see on social media. See, back then you actually had the rap. So I jump in the battle and whatever, and she just happened to be there again. Now, unbeknownst to me, well, do you want to pick it up from right there? Your side of the story before I go off into everything else? Do you want to pick up?
Well, I said a little part. Well, when the first time I seen him, he came to the studio. It been a lot of new people come through our studio all the time, right? So me and a member of my group, my old group I used to be in, called Corrupt Souls, y'all. Yes, our group's called Corrupt Souls, but our souls was not corrupt, okay? Corrupt means keeping reality under proper treatment, okay? My girl Kino came up with that, okay? Oh. So we was in the studio, me and my girl, one of my former members, and she noticed it's like a glass window, and we could see out. We was in a studio booth. We was in the studio, one of the studio rooms, and we could see outside because there was glass all around. So we seen them come in. We seen everybody gathering around talking and doing. We like, okay, who is these people coming up in the studio? So one of my former best friends, she was like, ooh, Taco. She's like, oh, there you go, Taco. There you go. But they called me Taco back then. My name's still AKA Taco, if you didn't know. Okay. She said, Taco, that's you right there, Taco. He got braids. He's short like you like him. Like, that's you, Taco. I was like, looking at her like, okay. Not saying that because I keep my business to myself. If I like somebody, I ain't feeling nobody knew it. Not even my friends, okay? I just keep everything to myself, okay?
Likewise.
Okay, so he's saying him too, y'all. That's what he's saying.
So moving along, obviously, there was a little bit of secret plotting going on there. As many times as I've been to this particular studio, I would always inquire about a certain young lady. I would ask around like, okay, well, so-and-so. And they would always say, like a lot of the guys that were there, they would always say, oh man, everybody, you can talk to whoever you want to talk to. They always try to put me on to somebody else. I wasn't trying to holler at her. I just inquired about it, so to speak. Just inquired. If I wanted to pursue her, I probably would have did that right on the spot, but I didn't. I just, okay, she's nice. Where she at? And they would always tell me, man, don't talk to her, man. Not that she was bad news or anything, but they was like, man, oh, she stuck up, man. You know, she off limits, man. She ain't really trying to do all that. But man, but her over there though, man, you can talk to her or you can talk to this girl or whatever. So, man, whatever. As I started to get acquainted with everybody and get a little acclimated in the studio, I became a regular. I became friends with a lot of other people in the studio. Shouts out to y'all, know who y'all are. So we ain't gonna do too many name drops. This is about really my true introduction to the West Side. Being a South Sider, I never quite seen the West Side quite like then. You know, I used to just pass by or whatever. But this time I really got a real introduction. So this good friend of mine, I would go by his house and he would come pick me up from the South Side. He'd come all the way there to come pick me up just to come to the studio. And I would ask about her. He would say, you know, he didn't catch on, he didn't catch no vibe or nothing at that time yet. And I went on that. I didn't have no kids at the time too.
Right, yeah, he had no kids.
I was young, single, ready to mingle.
I had kids. I had 2 kids, by the way.
I didn't have no kids at the time. And again, I wasn't on no matchmaker type stuff. I was just inquiring at the time. Just inquiring.
Just asking, I guess.
Just asking. I mean, we all friends, right? I mean, we got really cool. So he took me by what I didn't know at the time was my mother-in-law's house. He said, yeah, you want me to, yeah, we have taco over there, you know what I'm saying? We gonna pick up taco, we gonna go to the studio. So he took me over there and I seen him come outside. And from that point, we proceeded to go to the studio. Once we got to the studio, this is the first time we actually got a chance to work together. Her and a fellow group member. At the time, I thought they was a duo when they used to be a trio.
Right, it was 3 of us.
It was 3 of them, but I only met 2 at the time. So I was asked to write a song for them. Well, her other group member was like, write me a song, write me a verse.
Yeah.
So then I said, cool, I'll do you one better, because at that time I used to ghost write and I used to write a lot of songs for myself and others. You know, I said, well, come on. So this studio was big, y'all. It was
it was big, y'all.
Real
I'm
talking about everything you think a studio should look like, it looked like that. They had the big SSL board, the mixing board, for those of y'all that don't know. They had the big booth that you see on TV. It was like this booth was so big you could fit a choir into it.
Yes, it was huge, humongous. We had several of them.
And it was 2 booths, and it was a smaller booth.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
It was like an individual booth. But even that small booth, you can fit, all 3 of us could fit in it. And we sat down, we sat in the booth and wrote in the smaller booth. Now the big booth, even though you can fit a choir in it, we used it more so like a production booth and a lounging area, because all the artists used to kick it in there and just talk and just listen to music, catch a vibe, write, whatever. So this particular day we had the beat going and we decided to go into the smaller booth. Why, I don't know. And I think as I'm writing and rehearsing and we going over everything, I guess we kind of was playing eye contact game, you know what I'm saying? You know how you do when you see a girl you like, then when she ain't looking, you look at her, you look down, she look at you, it was like one of them things, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what sparked it. Now, what I didn't know was God was working at that time.
Yeah,
and I didn't know it.
We didn't know it.
You know how they say when you find a good wife, you find a good
man
thing?
who finds a wife finds a good thing.
You know, and I didn't know because neither one of us had aspirations of marriage.
Getting married. Nah, we didn't want to get married, y'all.
Neither did I, you know, I wasn't.
But God
on that
did.
type of time. But God did. So at that time, you know, and I still didn't try to pursue her. I kept it respectful. And I didn't try to overstep my boundaries. But you can look. Ain't nothing wrong with looking. So I was looking. I was definitely looking. Every day from that point on, for sure, I would always ask, where Taco at? Where Taco at?
That's his favorite word, y'all.
She coming through until it got to a point where certain individuals in the studio would just keep like, man, you don't want to talk to her, man. You don't want to. I just asked where she was. I didn't say I wanted to holler at her. I just say where she at.
I think I even told you I had a boyfriend at the time, right? I think I
was they was like, she got a boyfriend, whatever. I'm like, okay, that's what's up. But I didn't ask. I just asked where she at because it was a time where she wouldn't come all the time. So the other group member would often come by herself all the time. So I was really used to her more so. I actually knew her better than I knew her. I would just ask about her. So I'm like, you know, where she at? So even I ask her friend, and she'd be like, well, you know, she at work or she with her boyfriend or whatever, just kind of like curbing the situation. Because at that time, you know, I'm the new guy around, so...
Wait, let me cut you off, even to a point, like, why you always asking about her?
Yeah, why you always asking about her?
Why you asking about Taco?
When I'm
she
right
didn't know
there.
nothing either.
You know,
She was
so
like, you know.
so at that time, a lot of the women there were at the time was a little flirtatious. I'm just saying, like, and I'm just chilling. I'm on music type of time. I wasn't really out here trying to be no matchmaker. It was just all innocent. It was all innocent. But I was definitely inquiring. But I didn't go no further than that. She probably might call it cap, but it's true. I don't really try to overstep, especially if you got a boyfriend or something like that. I'm not really that type of person. Like,
He didn't know what my situation was, by the way.
I didn't know.
We never even talked about it, so he didn't know.
That's why I said.
He just listened to what everybody else was telling him.
I'm just listening, but I'm not listening. You know what I mean? Because you could tell when somebody kind of like hating or whatever, or not even hating, but they were just kind of like everybody else on them.
Maybe just blocking it a little bit. Like,
just blocking a little bit. I'm trying to keep it what you call it PG-13. There was one of those. So then, where else should we pick up from there?
How it went, and he used to be out there, freestyling, outside in the, outside the, what the area called, where everybody it's outside the booth.
Outside the booth, we would always.
It's like a big old open space.
Big old open space, so
we had equipment out there too, but we used to go out there and they used to freestyle and stuff out there. So we used to be out there rapping. I used to be like looking at him through the glass, like, okay.
Yeah, so I used to do my thing back then. So.
Just looking, I was like, okay, I was thinking to myself like, yeah, that is my type because those are the type I liked back then. Mm-hmm. Short guys. He taller than me though. Don't get me wrong, okay, y'all. Mm-hmm. I'm short. But I'm saying I just like the short guys, braids. That's just what I liked back then,
Yeah, so
yeah.
So that was like the genesis of what this thing came to be.